Hey, welcome back to Nibbles and Flicks, where snacks meet cinema, and we chew on everything from buttery popcorn to box office buzz. I'm your host, Jeff Reed. Hit the like button, help us get more eyes on this video. And also, if you're not a subscriber yet, make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get notifications when we upload new content. And let us know in the comment section below, like, what is your favorite snack you like to eat while you're at the movie theaters? We have a little cool conversation of snacks, and maybe we see something in the comment section that you never thought about ever getting at the movie theater, and you might try it next time on your next trip. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the movie Jurassic Park Rebirth. 5 years after Jurassic Park Dominion, Zora Bennett leads a team of skilled operatives to the most dangerous place on Earth, island research facility for original Jurassic Park. Their mission is to secure genetic material from DNA from dinosaurs to provide a life-saving benefit to mankind. As the top-secret expedition becomes more riskier and riskier, they soon make a sinister, shocking discovery that has been hidden from the world for decades. Directing this film is Garrett Edwards, who directed very highly underrated films as The Creator and Rogue One. David Koepp as came back, who wrote the original Jurassic Park films, came back to write this one. Starring in the film is Scarlett Johansson playing Zora Bennett. She's an operative expert. Mahershala Ali is playing Duncan Kincaid, who is Zora's team leader. Jonathan Bailey's playing Henry Loomis, who's a dino expert. Rupert Friend is playing Martin Keeves, who's basically the typical corporate guy. He's a pharmaceutical representative. So I have a love-hate relationship when it comes to these Jurassic World movies, and every time I see the trailers, I get super excited, and then I go see the movie, and it's always a total letdown. And they always pick style over substance, and there's really nothing to chew on when it comes to like the story or the characters. And I was kind of like thrown off a little bit when I heard they were announcing this film, because they announced this film in January 2024, and they said that they were releasing the film in July 2025. I was like, is that enough time to even write a script and shoot the scene and shoot the movie, do all the special effects, like do all that stuff? Is that enough time? And I guess it was, because it's here now. But the question is, in this movie, was this enough time to make this movie, or are they just trying to make another billion-dollar film? Because these movies do make a billion-dollar film. It doesn't matter how bad critically it's rated. The fans aren't going to see it, and they just feel like, as long as we're making these movies, people are going to come, we're going to make $1 billion. It doesn't matter if it's good or not. So the question is this movie better than the last Jurassic World movies, or is it the same BS that we've been getting the last 3 films previously? Let's get into it. The good. So the good of this film is actually Garrett Edwards, the director of this film. He took this very thin, dull characters and put this movie together. Somehow, he did it. And he did an amazing job when it comes to like bringing back the horror elements when it comes to the dinosaurs. Also, there's a scene in the movie where the T-Rex was in the water, and actually they were been trying to put that scene in all the movies since, but the technology wasn't there. He was able to do it, and it looks absolutely flawless. It doesn't seem like it was CGI at all. It was absolutely beautiful how they shot. The cinematography of like the scene, like the scenery, and all the things he did as well in this film too was actually beautiful and stunning. And he does a great job. I think he does a fantastic job for what he's working with. He's not working with a lot here at all. And I think he just put the best product that he can put on screen. And it looks amazing, looks nice. Only a couple of scenes I saw, it was kind of CGI heavy a little bit. But other than that, you really didn't notice anything. But he actually brings all the elements when it comes to Jurassic Park. You know, he did a couple of scenes in there where it had like nostalgia with it. You know, one with like when the first Jurassic Park where he had like the kitchen scene, he had something like that, like in the convenience store. And of course he has like the first moments when the people in the movie actually were next to dinosaurs and they have actually to touch them and have that experience. And you kind of get the same kind of vibes you got from the original film. It's not as beautiful or as touching as that, only because like the script has dinosaurs walking around New York City. So what's the difference between seeing them in the wild or walking down Fifth Avenue? I really don't know. You could touch them on Fifth Avenue, you could touch them in the wild, but he tried to bring those elements into the movie, and I think he captured those moments very well. And the bad, and it's always the script and the characters of these films. I don't know why they can't get the formula down. Just look at the formula from the original Jurassic Park movie. They have this script that's very thin, and it seemed like they had two different scripts. Like they didn't know where to go. That's one thing. But the characters are very dull, very boring, and they do a lot of exposition. Like I said, it's only 20 to 25 minutes of dino action in here, and the rest of the film's like all talking. It's about stuff that they even talk about characters that you would never see in the movie, like how's your boyfriend, or how your friend doing? Oh, I'm sorry, he passed, or whatever. How are you and your wife? Oh, well, we're together. We're just together for the kids. They're doing all this exposition and trying to force you to make these like these characters, but you just don't care because you don't get a proper introduction to them as well either. When you meet them, they kind of come off kind of like jackasses who are just greedy and want money, whatever, not just someone who's trying to actually kind of help mankind. It would have been cool if they want to go the jackass route. That would have been fine. They show them in the beginning of the film doing like a mission operation, tearing down whoever the operation is, and then be like, oh snaps, I actually want to see these people go against these dinosaurs. This might be fun. They didn't even do that. It is introduced them very blah, generic, boring. I want money, that's why I'm doing this. And you just don't have a care in the world for these characters at all. And that's like one of the things that, if you want people to like this film and want people to be invested in the characters, you gotta make them somewhat interesting. You don't have to make them likable. Just make them interesting. That's all I'm really asking for. And then one thing about this movie, and it's been an issue with the last films, but they took it to another level in this film. And I don't know if I can forgive them for this one, but it's in the first 5 minutes. Usually they wait a little bit in these films. You get a little 30 minutes in, they start doing dumb stuff. You're like, okay, at least I got a decent 30 minutes. No, they come out the gate to let you know we're doing dumb stuff in this film. And they do something that is so silly in this film. And this is a little spoiler, so if you haven't seen the film yet, go watch the film, come back, watch this video. But I'm gonna get into it a little bit. Basically, they're in his lab. You see it in the trailer. You see the guy stuck in the cage with the dinosaur. The reason they're there, they're at this high-tech, heavy security, like protected when it comes to technology, when it comes to man on foot, manpower, all that stuff. Like it's like compared to like an intelligence office. Like you just not gonna walk in here. Like you gotta go through some stuff. You need credentials to get in here. And there's one thing about labs. If you ever took science classes and you had a lab, what's the one rule they tell you? Don't bring no damn food in the lab, because you don't want to contaminate anything in the laboratory. Well, they had a character who brings a Snickers in the laboratory, and if you do bring some food, they say at least put it in the garbage, right? Well, he doesn't do that. He just let it fall on the ground, and it gets into one of the vending systems and shuts down a high-tech security system.
What the hell is going on around here?
You hear what I said? High tech. A candy bar wrapper. Took it down. No underground hackers on the black market just like, I gotta get in the system so we can steal a dinosaur or two. Oh man, this technology, like this cybersecurity guy is fantastic. I can't hack in. No. It was none of that. A candy bar wrapper. Shut that down. No black magic arts on the dark web, nothing. No hacker, nothing. I just couldn't believe that they did that. And my wife, who watched the movie with me, who loved these films, even though how bad they are, love these films, who has a PhD in science, who's been in many labs, that even turned her off. She got, what the heck, this would never happen. How dare he bring a Snickers into the lab? Like, that's how dumb this movie starts, and it just keeps going on, and it's like boring as well as sometimes too. Some parts of this movie, it's very boring, and it's very slow, and I don't know if it's like a way to like calm you down until the dino action happens, but the dino action doesn't really happen until 50 minutes in the movie. But they're just doing like silly stuff after silly stuff up to the point where you get to the first dino action, and it's just like taking you out of the movie to where you're like, do I want to stay and watch this? And there was actually people in my theater that got up, like at least 6 people that I noticed that walked out of the movie because that's how silly and dumb this movie was getting when it comes to the dumbness, the boringness. It was nothing exciting about this film, and I can't blame Garrett Everett for this because he didn't write this. He didn't write this script. He just trying to make, how they say, you know, lemonade out of sour, nasty, rotten, need to be thrown out lemons. Like that's how bad this movie is when it comes to the characters, when it comes to the story, when it comes to everything else but the dinosaurs and the way the movie shot. Everything that Garrett had control with was good. Everything he didn't have control with this movie, god awful. Yeah, I forgot. There's another scene in the movie. Matter of fact, all the scenes you see in the trailer, that's the dino action in this movie. You see nothing. There's nothing new. Everything you see there, that's what you get. But there's a scene with the T-Rex and with the raft and all that stuff, and they did like something silly. And that was basically the T-Rex is attacking the raft, right? It got huge claws, big sharp teeth. Couldn't pierce that thing at all, not once. And I'm like, how the heck is this big old giant monster who can rip any other dinosaur to shreds, and big dinosaurs at the same size as a T-Rex can't rip this little plastic raft? Like, it's just stuff like that. I'm amazed, like who wrote this? Like, no one proofread this and said, okay, yeah, we can do that. Like, that's the stuff I'm talking about. Like, why is it so silly and dumb? So I feel like this film also had 2 scripts, or the original script doesn't have enough and they just added this random family into it as a filler, basically. The family is basically a filler of this film. They didn't have enough, I think, or they had 2 scripts, they just combined both of them, and we got what we got. And I feel like they could have done a better job if they didn't rush everything. They would have taken more time on the script and probably start shooting maybe later this year and get the movie out next year or 2027, whatever. Just take your time making this movie. If they would have done that, I think they would have something really good here, because the premise of this film is really, really good. But because they rushed it, everything gets affected by it. All the characters in the film are dull and boring. And, you know, like I said before, you just felt like watching these characters while they talk, you just like, it's nauseating sometimes, because like there's no heart, there's no nothing into these characters. They're shallow people. You just want them to get to the dinos. You're basically rooting for the dinos to get these people. How can you get to a point where you're watching these movies where you're rooting for the dinosaurs to kill the main characters of the movie? That's how boring and dull the script was. And I just feel like they took more time doing that, then they would have a more fleshed out movie, and who knows what they could do when it comes to the box office, when people say, hey, we finally got a good Jurassic, you know, World movie. I mean, I don't understand it, I don't get it. And the last thing we'll talk about is how Universal and Jurassic World sold their soul to product placement. And you're probably saying, Jeff, there's always products in movies. Yeah, I know it is, and I'm cool with that. Product placement is fine. But usually when you watch these movies, it's like in the cut somewhere. You know what I'm saying? It's like in the cut. It's not really in the picture. It's not in the frame. It's not in the full frame. This is the full frame right here, because you're watching the character of that scene. And they might have a Coke bottle here, or a Pepsi bottle. You may not notice that either, because it's not in full frame. This movie lets you know straight up what that person is drinking, what that person is eating. Even when they're eating M&Ms, and they got M&Ms running down here, and he's eating M&Ms like this, and you got that M&M crunch. Of course, they got to put that sound effect in there to let you know M&Ms are crunchy. And it was just very, very, very annoying how many products, I don't know how much sponsors they got for this film. They must have got a lot of money to make it up, because the movie's not good, so they had to make money somewhere. But however, it was so many products in this film, it was ridiculous. And it was always in like locations where you're like, come on now, bro. Like, they had Dorito bags on top of the map while you're looking at the map with them. Like I don't need that empty Dorito bag there. You know, while they're in a convenience store. Dr. Pepper's all over the place. Like, you know, I mean, dinosaurs stepping on Pepsi and Dr. Pepper and all that. Like, it was like this is the silliness I'm talking about. This is the silliness I'm talking about. So I was very disappointed that they went and sold them souls to corporate America, but they actually did. And if that's going to help you make more money to make up from the box office, you do what you got to do, but don't do it to where, you know, you're irritating. Irritated me. I don't know about you. If y'all noticed it, it just irritated me. I was like, okay, this is enough. I don't want no M&Ms. I don't want no Doritos. I don't want no Dr. Pepper. I did. This is nibbles and flicks. But I don't want it right now because this movie sucks. I want to enjoy my snacks. This movie sucks. So the final verdict of this film, I had to score this film 2 out of 5 snacks. And even though this film is way better than the last 2 Jurassic World films, it's a step up, but it's a step up to where it's only good because Garrett Edwards was directing the film and he made things look better. And what I mean by that, he brought the intensities of the dino scenes in this movie. He brought some of that feeling, that special feeling you had. It wasn't the same, but it was some of the similarity feelings from the first Jurassic Park movie. The cinematography was absolutely beautiful. However, the script absolutely failed him. The script is thin, the characters are dull, and he couldn't do not much to basically save the script or these characters. And, you know, when it comes to these films, are we getting tired of these films? And I say that only because AMC had an early screening for Unseen Unseen. And I had a ticket in my cart to actually buy and go see this film early. But I had a premiere screening to go to for F1. And I was like balancing out, do I want to go see this? I'm really excited. I like how the trailers of this movie going. What should I do? And I'm happy to say that I picked F1 over this film because I would have walked out disappointed and not happy that I missed out on the premiere for F1. So are we getting to that point where we're going to treat this franchise kind of like Transformers, where we kind of turn our backs? It all depends. We'll see. I know people love this film for what it is, and I'm happy for you. I'm just at the point where I can't get excited anymore, and that's sad because I love the original film. It brought so many memories for me as a child, and now watching what this franchise is it's sad. It's sad. And I was very alarmed, like I said earlier, seeing people walk out of the theater watching this film. I did not expect that at all. I've never seen that before. People always stay, it doesn't matter how bad it is, people are gonna stay because you're gonna get good dino action at least. But see people actually leaving this, like the movie theater now, that's alarming. But I don't know that happened in your theater. You can let me know in the comment section below. But yeah, just let me know in the comment section. Did you guys watch the film? Did you agree with everything I say? Do you disagree? Let me know. If you love these fans, let me know why you love these movies. I know some of you guys out there, you watch these films for what it is, and that's cool. And I try to do that too, because I already know it's gonna be dumb fun. But when it's like showing all the flaws and smacking me in the face and making me notice it, that's my issue. And you know, that's just the thing about it. Like, and the whole thing, like I said, I didn't say this earlier, but I knew this film was doomed to when the operative mission started and they only had like 6-8 people on the mission on the boat. Rather than having like, you know, maybe like 20 or 12 or, you know, a bunch of numbers, like a double-digit number at least. So we can see some good dino action. And that's when I knew that this movie was in trouble, because it basically said the dinos are not gonna eat nothing. No nibbles for the dinosaurs, no nibbles, they're starving because we can't write a good script. And that would've been cool. But I'm just getting to the point where I just can't really take these films, you know, seriously anymore, to the point where I can't get excited. But let me know in the comment section below, what do you think about this film? Did you agree with everything I said? Do you disagree? Let me know. Let's have some good fun and talk about the film. If you liked it, I'll love to know why. If you hate it, let me know why too. And don't forget to comment, what is your favorite snack? Do you love eating popcorn? This is my favorite snack. Let me know in the comment section what's your favorite nibble to eat at the movie theaters. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.